I'm back. It's pipe bomb time, baby. It's pipe bomb time. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Vince Masters back with the pipe bomb with a pre-special edition of Black Friday Thanksgiving pipe bomb edition tonight. And I'm so happy to be with you guys. Well, anyway, I got to get something off my chest that I've been trying to get out. Man, when the Great One stepped on the bus during Thanksgiving weekend, I bumped into, well, my old stinky friend. I was looking for Batman. I was like, Batman. I was like, can I borrow your mask, your bat mask from me? Because this really stinks on the bus. I mean, Artrell passed me on the damn bus and it stunk. Woo! Man. But anyway, I'm just saying stuff about that, but it stank, and that's all I gotta say. I made peace, but I made peace for a reason. Don't get it twisted. Just for the wrestling world. You wrestling fans out there, love me. Thank you. Anyway, let's get back into it. Pipe bomb wrestling poured back here for a while. Back into it only 2 months now. We'll only be on 2 months. I mean, 2 times a month now, just so you know, you fans know, because I got this person. It approaches my personal life. It's all about professional. So enough about that. Let's get right to it. During the Survivor Series, Beth retained her title with a great match with Eve. I gotta give her credit. Did that Glamazon move right from the top on Eve. These are Survivor Series results, by the way. Anybody who missed it, Wade Barrett beat Cody Rhodes. Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes survived against Randy Orton's team. Randy Orton last. Dolph retains the title against John Morrison. There was a big show won by disqualification, and Mark Henry retained the title. And also, R-Truth and CM Punk, of course. R-Truth and Miz lost to The Rock and Cena, and in the end, Rock to Cena, they exploded just like I knew they would, but except, like I said, The Rock turned and got him first with a rock bottom and laid a smackdown on John Cena's monkey ass. You smell it. And also, CM Punk is the new WWE champion. You should know by now. I'm so happy for that. About that. Thank you. And also, now 7-time champion. Also, The Rock's new shirt, Boots to Asses. You gotta buy one. I like it. I'm gonna get myself one sooner than later. Stone Cold DVD now off the Survivor Series here for a minute. Stone Cold Steve Austin DVD coming out this Tuesday. The best of Stone Cold, the greatest superstar in WWE, most popular superstar in WWE, is what they're calling it. And I gotta say, I'm gonna pick myself up a copy of that. Besides Brett vs. Shawn DVD that I look forward to, I look forward to the Austin one too. Even though I have his old one, I think this one's gonna be more special for some reason. And also, what I think, now let me give you my thoughts on The Rock and Cena situation. I think The Rock is still going to lay the smackdown on Cena. I can't wait till Mania. The Rock finally delivered that elbow. He looked great at the Survivor Series. He looked like as if he never lost a touch, basically. And just some Raw notes here. Cena was so dull, on that last Raw, while The Rock was still electrifying. He electrifies more than anybody that I've seen. Rock bottom John Cena again at the Survivor Series. A good thing in the end. Good way to celebrate with the Great One. Moving on. Hulk Hogan went on a Twitter page, of course, and said that he was so proud of The Rock because The Rock said he never looked better. And that's what he called it, The Rock's condition. And also, in some miscellaneous news, he said he's done with Twitter because every time he replies on Twitter to Twitter people, he says they cuss him out. So, there you go, brother. That's what you get when you go on Facebook or Twitter. What do you expect to get? Yeah. And also, Jericho was not backstage at Survivor Series just to lay a rumor to rest. He was in New York City, but he did not go to the Survivor Series. And with this, some more great news here. So Sci-Fi and WWE have been in talks about permanently moving the SmackDown to Tuesday nights, especially since they're going to have a live show pretty soon. So they're thinking about moving mostly to Friday nights pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, Rock has been signed to star in a Monster Hunter Survival Guide movie. That's the name of the movie, by the way. It's based on a comic book, and it will be the same name as the comic book. Sounds good to me. I can't wait to see it. I love horror movies. Scott Hall update. He entered his 11th and most recent rehab in November 12th. Stephanie has spent a six-figure range on rehab for him going, and that's how much he spent on Scott Hall, 6 figures. I mean, that's a lot of fucking cash, man, just to get a guy well. Jesus, too much money. Also, Vince says he might join Twitter one of these days, and people thought it was a joke. I think it's a joke. I think the whole Twitter thing and Facebook thing is a joke anyway, but the reason why I have a Facebook account is just to see all my fans on, and that's it. Besides going on Twitter, I don't check Twitter out too much. I think it's a bunch of waste of time, to be honest. People writing phrases and all that bullshit, and people go back to phrases, and sometimes you don't even get a phrase back. So what's the point? Also, his girlfriend, Matt Hardy's girlfriend, Rebel Sky, said that she's going to let him sit in jail and really think about what he's done. And I couldn't believe I heard that. I'm thinking, like, isn't that supposed to be Matt Hardy's girlfriend? And now she's just going to let him sit there? What kind of girlfriend is she? You know, why would Matt Hardy stay with her if he gets out? First, I'd dump the damn bitch. I'm sorry, but I'd dump her. Let me see here, let's go. Recent TNA news, Sojo Bolt, if you remember that knockout. If you don't, then look her up. She looks good. She doesn't watch TNA. She says she turned down TNA offer, even though the money was okay. But she says that she has no hopes to return to the company. Wow, that's kind of surprising. Also, let's see. Triple H had an interview with my guy Triple H recently on one of the radio talk shows, and this is what Triple H had to say about some of the stars, which I thought was very interesting. So we're going to be on this topic for a little bit. Sheamus, which I knew was going to be a big star, he said he knows that he'll probably be something big in the future. Also, Wade Barrett, and I see him as a big star. Even though I like the guy, I see his wrestling ability, especially the matches he's been having with Randy Orton. I love him. I think that he's going to be a huge star one of these days in the years to come. And he also says that between him and Triple H and The Rock, they are friends, but they're not like friends where they hang out and go to bars and shit like that. They're friends as if like on a professional level they get along, but it's always been competition for both of them. So that's the way their friendship is, competition-wise. So there's your answer. I mean, I've been wanting to know that question for a while. Are The Rock and Triple H friends? Well, there you go. They're friends, but only on a professional level. And he says that also they always try to up the other one in a way. But, of course, Triple H is better than The Rock because he has more belts added to him. And he basically is the company. I mean, he sleeps, he breathes, and he eats his business. So what more can you ask for? Congratulations to the H. And also, he says that Jericho had a recent interview with also. He says that it's something interesting which I stick by. Size does not matter. You could be the biggest guy in the WWE and you can have sucky ass matches. I totally agree with that. The little guys seem like they put on better matches, and I go by what Jericho says. And Jericho said that, by the way. He says that he's not a really big guy fan favorite, and I can't blame him for that because I'm really not either. I don't really have too much big guys on my fan favorite list. I probably like most of the middle stage guys, like about Triple H, Austin, Kurt Angle, Jericho, just to name a few. Also, that interview with Austin recently also, which I caught up with, Austin says he would have a match with Punk, but he would prefer it to be Punk being a heel and him being the face because it would make better for his storyline. I found that kind of interesting. But from the way it's looking right now, it's probably not going to happen in time for WrestleMania. That would be a totally bad thing, but then again, who knows? I mean, I would still love to see it. I think it would be a bigger sellout if they had Rock and Cena and Austin and Punk. And another match of mine is probably not going to happen because Sin Cara is now injured because if you haven't noticed at the Survivor Series, injured his leg apparently. Him and Rey Mysterio, so who knows when that's going to happen. Maybe SummerSlam now. But then again, going back to Austin will be working with Steven Seagal in the movie. and his new site will be up pretty soon, BrokenSkullRanch.com. He says he'll be up by Thanksgiving. You can check it out by now. It's past Thanksgiving, probably up. He says that he would like to face Hogan, but if it was the right storyline and the right money. But he says right now probably would not live up to his expectations because they're both too old. So I agree with that. Still like to see it though. And here we go with this now. Cena, I recently called up with Cena, and Cena says that we are in a business that drags attention, so it doesn't matter what people do in the business. And I kind of agree with that too in a way, because we are in the wrestling business, and people can say or do whatever the hell they want. They can still make entertainment. That's how they make their money, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's probably why I do what I do, and everybody else does what they do in support. Anyway, Maurice, recent news on her, she says she is not going to TNA. She says she's not going to be doing anything. She's going to be returning back to modeling. So just throw that out here. So the WWE will be getting a new logo pretty soon, familiar with the network logo that we're using. That's what they're going to be getting pretty soon to match their logos. So that should be interesting to see, really. Also in recent news, back I saw this week's SmackDown, of course. Let's see. This week's SmackDown. And here's the thing. Kevin Nash says he will be going to Japan this week. That's his schedule with WWE as of right now. He will be teaming with The Miz and then face Big Show in one night. How about that? Maybe Nash and Miz will create the new interview. Who knows? China says she was 18 when she dated Bruce the Bar Beefcake. Just want to throw that miscellaneous news. That's not really important. Also, little backstage heat on Zack Ryder over his hair. I guess that's a bunch of bullshit. Who cares about his fucking hair? Who cares if he dyed it brown, used to be black on his shirt? That's a dumb. Personally, I don't see why they're all pissed about it anyway. Also, Dolph Ziggler has a new song made by Downstreet. In case they didn't know, that's the new song. And the reason why Bruce Clay has not been on WWE is because they want to bring him in at the right time instead of keep canceling his scheduling, just so you know. Batista also reached the blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu. He says that he's still trying out for MMA, so that's good. That's good from Batista. Miz to get a huge push, and this is important, a huge push in the title picture. God, that's going to suck. You mean his awful asshole is going to come back and try to beat Punk for the title? I guess him and Punk are supposed to be getting into it pretty soon for the WWE title. It's going to get a huge push. That's why he let go with R-Truth also, in case you're wondering why they broke up. I also seen Cara, we told you about that already. Nikki to host live, of course, Sapai is going to host live SmackDown next Friday. We know that already. December 12th will be the return of the Slammy Awards. Lashley wants to fight Brock Lesnar, and he says whether at WrestleMania or in MMA, he'll do it. He says it'll be a big money, big check. Trish Stratus said she would come back out of time just to face Awesome Kong. That's some cool news. I would like to see that match. Personally, I want to see Beth and Kong in the first fight. And then Layla is going to be returning to the WWE soon, sooner than we think. And also CM Punk is true what he says, what he does. One wrestler talk about Punk. Punk is who he is, and he says Punk is Punk. Just like Vince is Vince. Whatever I say, whatever I do is what I do. I'm my true self. I don't kiss ass to nobody. I don't follow nobody. And if you don't like it, that's too damn bad. Because Vince said so. Anyway, back to the thing. Punk apparently doesn't like The Rock. He says he's nothing but for show. And I like The Rock, his catchphrase anyway, but I'm not known against Punk or Rock. I think Punk's in a way just maybe possibly jealous of Rock, because Rock said in a recent interview that two people are jealous of him. I believe one is for sure. Cena's definitely jealous. Cena's nothing but a fake ass rapper anyway. And then he's a doll too. And then you got the other guy, Punk. So there you go. Also, let's see, what else was I going to tell you guys here? Oh, Batista's got a gym in Florida, and he said that's what he's been doing. He's also been modeling. That's how he said he's not expecting to return to WWE anytime soon, so expect that not to be happening. And that's pretty much all the news for tonight. Thank you for joining me. Vince Masters signing off. I'll see you guys later on the next edition of the Pipebomb Wrestling Report next month, December. Alright guys, I'll be at Blizzard Blow. See you there. Meet Sunny.
Yeah.
Bye.